tell you two things, and that's all you need to know. The requirements and the routine. Each job has a different set, you see. But since it's Thursday and I have to go downtown anyways, I'll tell you what you need to do a shit hit. Not the best name, but fitting. First, you need a public bathroom, one where multiple people can go in at once. This bathroom needs to have a lock on the inside of the door, and it needs to have at least one stall. No cameras on the outside. The snazzier the place you're hitting, the better. And the two most important things to carry with you are an out-of-order sign and a plastic gun from the dollar store, painted black. Those are the requirements. This is the routine. Make sure the bathroom's empty and wait for one guy to go in. As you follow him, slap the out-of-order sign on the door and then lock it from the inside. If the guy goes for the urinal, abort. If he goes for the stall, you're in business. Now wait a second, wash your hands or something. When the guy is nice and settled, pants down and doing his business, walk up to the door, flash your fake gun under the stall for a second while saying, "Motherfucker, if you want me to shoot your sorry ass whilst you are shitting, you best slide your wallet and phone under this here stall right about now." This is the best part. He's shitting, pants down. It don't matter if he's 6'5" and a world-class kickboxer, he's not moving anywhere in a hurry. And the second best part is this. As you grab his wallet and phone and strut out of the bathroom, all he's seen is your shoes. And that's the shit hit. Now, let me be clear about the nature of the term crime when I use it. I'm not the type to go around and stab, shoot, punch, or otherwise use violence as a means to my ends. I like things that are clever, and if they aren't clever, they better be damn funny. See shit hit above. To use a simple analogy, I will not kick your door off its hinges, but I will pick the lock. That's clever. I'll also fill a keyhole with contact cement. That's damn funny. This part is about how I got started. The first time I stole was when I was 5. A small disclaimer maybe should read, the first time I remember stealing was at age 5. I was at a convenience store with my mom, and I just reached up, grabbed some sort of coconut chocolate bar, and slipped it into my pocket. Mind you, this is also a story the first time I got caught. The clerk, either through some form of ESP or by listening to me crinkle the wrapper in my jacket, asked my mother to empty my pockets. I was not only spanked in the store, in front of the clerk, and the look I remember on his face makes me wonder now if he wasn't some sort of sadist, but I had to pay the $2 out of my own savings, a substantial dent for a 5-year-old. The worst part of all this was that I didn't even like coconut. Now, some people might have stopped then and learned not to steal for fear of public spankings. The different thing about me is that I treated that event as a learning experience. I took some lessons away and thought to myself, how can I not get caught? The first mistake was obvious. I had pocketed the bar without even paying attention to where the clerk was looking. I then proceeded to crinkle the wrapper, and this drew attention to myself. Lastly, I actually had the chocolate in my own pocket, a pretty obvious place to leave it. Now, here's where I know I'm different, because the solution I came up with was this. Next time, I'll get someone else to steal it for me. So, next time I was at a convenience store with my mom, I checked the clerk right away. I made sure not to act differently or draw attention. I kept my mouth shut and my eyes on the card being pushed by my mom. And then, when I reached up and grabbed the chocolate bar this time, Turkish delight, I slipped it into my mom's pocket, under the guise of reaching up to hold her hand. We proceeded to check out, and as soon as we got home and my mom hung her jacket up, I went and took the chocolate bar out. And damn, did I have a Turkish delight. Now, I ran the pocket slip for a couple of years, until I made a large mistake and learned an equally large lesson. This was the day I moved from chocolate bars to electronics. I really wanted a pair of earbuds, you see. It didn't matter that I had no iPod or other music device. I just wanted to look like a badass walking down the street. So I slipped a pair off the shelf at Best Buy, dropped them casually into my mom's massive jacket pocket, and carried on my way. I've become very good with my hands over the last few years. We checked out, and as we walked through the door, an extremely loud alarm sounded. I froze. The security guard made me empty my pockets. Too clever for you, I thought. Then he made my mom empty her jacket. Oh, sweet baby Jesus, I thought. Remembering the sadist clerk. You got a bill for these headphones, ma'am? The guard had asked. I will in 1 second, she had said. Just prior to grabbing my debit card and draining my bank account. At least there had been no public spanking. So this leads me to the card draw. I'll tell you all you need to know. The requirements and the routine. The only requirements for this are a gift card specific to the Target store with exactly $5 on it, a cell phone, and a pair of fast hands. I'm going to give you the other requirement right now, which is a knowledge of shoplifting security features. Most places use a magnetized chip somewhere on the packaging. When the clerk is reading your item through, part of what they're doing is demagnetizing that feature when they slide the item against that gray block after scanning the barcode. If it is demagnetized, it will not set off those gate alarms at the door. This is the routine. Grab your item of choice and take it to the checkout. Ask the clerk to check the balance on your gift card. This is the hard part. As you hand her the card, you have to drop it behind where she stands. This will force them to crouch down and pick it up. At the exact moment this happens, quickly demagnetize your item while they can't see you. When they come back up and check the balance, there will only be $5, not enough for your item of choice. If it is, this part will be awkward. Offer to take the item back to the shelf, and once out of sight of staff and cameras, pocket the loot. It will not set off the alarms on your way out. If anything, they'll remember you as the polite guy who stayed from the trip back to the shelf. And that's the card drop. This part is about the day I found a card that changed my life. The day started with some McDonald's. I don't order like most people would. In fact, I don't order at all. I just wait until a car pulls behind me at the drive-thru, and then I move up to the order machine. Sorry, I say. I forgot my wallet. Just going home to grab it. In case you haven't guessed, I don't go home. I just pull into the blind spot between the payment window and the pickup window. I wait until the guy behind me is ordered and paid, and then pull up to the pickup window. 9 times out of 10, the clerk just smiles and hands me the food that rightfully belongs to the sucker behind me. Back to the point. I hit a guy at a nice restaurant I had never been to before. I got back to my car and leafed through the wallet. There was no cash, just a credit card and some ID. Using stolen credit cards is great if you like prison food. I'm about to chuck the wallet out the window when I feel something tucked into the back section. It was a business card for a bank manager. There was a 4-digit code written on the back. To be continued.